There are people in this world who were never meant to follow the crowd. From a young age, they feel different, not better, not above, but set apart. They carry within them a quiet strength, a light that can't be dimmed, no matter how dark the world around them becomes. These souls were not born to blend in. They were born to rise, to lead, to heal, and to awaken others. They are the chosen ones, not chosen by men, but by something far greater, by the universe, by divine will, by God Himself. As it is written in Jeremiah 1-5, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." These are the ones marked with purpose before they took their first breath, called not to comfort, but to challenge, not to sit in silence, but to be a voice for the voiceless. Warriors of light, carriers of truth. Yet the path of the chosen is rarely easy. They're often misunderstood, isolated, even attacked. People project their fears onto them. Some envy their light. Others try to break their spirit. But no matter how many times life knocks them down, they rise, every single time. Not because they're invincible, but because they are covered, protected, watched over by a power that does not sleep. Isaiah 54-17 says, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." That's not just a promise. It's a reality for those walking in divine purpose. If you've been betrayed, overlooked, hurt deeply for simply being kind, if your loyalty has been repaid with lies, and your love with rejection, listen closely. That pain was not pointless. That struggle was not in vain. It was preparation. You may be one of them, one of the few chosen to rise above, to break generational cycles, to carry light where there is none. And to those who come against a chosen one, know this: the universe keeps score. God sees what man ignores. Today, we're diving into 9 powerful consequences that unfold when someone dares to wrong a chosen one. This isn't just a video, it's a divine warning, a sacred insight, and a call to awareness. Let this settle in your spirit before we proceed. If this message found you right when you needed it most, type "Amen" in the comments below. It's a sign of alignment, awakening, and purpose. And if you feel this energy in your bones, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community of light, purpose, and transformation. Now, let's begin. 1. Sudden misfortunes will follow. When someone chooses to harm a chosen one, whether through lies, manipulation, betrayal, or even silent envy, they aren't just crossing a line. They're interfering with a divine assignment. The chosen walk a path that isn't just blessed, it's anointed. Their steps are guided by unseen hands. Their purpose is protected by a force that transcends understanding. So when you go against them, you're not just hurting a person, you're disturbing a sacred flow. You see, chosen ones carry an energy unlike any other. Their spirit vibrates on a frequency of truth, compassion, and divine mission. They may not always realize their power, but the universe does, and so does the spiritual realm. And when someone attempts to dim their light, the ripple effect is immediate and undeniable. Life starts to unravel. Opportunities that once flowed effortlessly suddenly dry up. Friendships and partnerships turn cold without warning. Peace gives way to confusion. Finances slip through the cracks. Health begins to weaken in strange and unexplainable ways. It's not superstition, it's alignment correcting itself. Galatians 6-7 says, "Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap." This is not punishment. This is divine order, a spiritual law as real as gravity. People often mistake the calm demeanor of a chosen one for weakness. They think their silence means they can be walked on. But the chosen don't fight with flesh. They are backed by something eternal. When you touch them with ill intent, you trigger a chain reaction in the spirit. What you meant for harm circles back only stronger, sharper, swifter. Some call it karma, others call it justice. But at its core, it's sacred balance being restored. The chosen are like spiritual amplifiers. Whatever energy you send their way, good or bad, returns to you magnified. That's why sudden misfortunes follow those who try to sabotage them. It's not coincidence, it's consequence. Proverbs 24:17 reminds us, "Do not rejoice when your enemy falls, and let not your heart be glad when he stumbles." But it also assures us that divine justice moves in its own time. Chosen ones don't need revenge. The universe defends them. So if you've ever been on the receiving end of cruelty, know this: you didn't deserve it, and you won't be the one who pays for it. The universe sees all, and divine protection never sleeps. 2. The truth will always surface. In this world, deception can wear 1,000 faces: charm, silence, manipulation, carefully crafted lies. For a time, it may work. People might be fooled. Secrets might stay buried. But when that deceit is aimed at a chosen one, the rules change entirely. A chosen one walks in alignment with divine truth, not just in words, but in energy, in spirit, in the very rhythm of their being. They don't have to seek justice. They are justice in motion. Their soul resonates so deeply with truth that falsehood begins to crumble just by being in their presence. Those who try to deceive, slander, or betray a chosen one often don't realize what they've stepped into. They think they've gotten away with it, but slowly, like a curtain being pulled back, their secrets start to seep through the cracks. What was once hidden in whispers begins to echo in public. Betrayals become visible. Infidelities are uncovered. Manipulations lose their power. Their masks begin to fall, sometimes suddenly, sometimes slowly, but always inevitably. This isn't coincidence. It's not karma in the way the world defines it. It's spiritual law at work. As Job 12:22 declares, "He reveals the deep things of darkness and brings utter darkness into the light." Around a chosen one, light becomes uncomfortable for those who dwell in lies. Their energy vibrates at a frequency where deception cannot survive. The universe, God, the divine, whatever you call it, responds. And when it responds, it does so clearly and without delay. The chosen one doesn't have to raise their voice. They don't have to fight back or plead their case. Their stillness speaks louder than chaos. Their peace is what provokes the unveiling, because truth is drawn to them, and lies cannot hide where truth resides. The deeper the betrayal, the sharper the exposure. And once the truth begins to break through, there is no silencing it. As Psalm 33:4 reminds us, "For the word of the Lord is right and true. He is faithful in all he does." Truth is always on assignment, and in the presence of divine energy, it cannot be delayed. So let this be a reminder. You can play games with people, but not with purpose. Around a chosen one, lies don't last. Sooner or later, everything hidden comes to light. 3. Their energy will be drained. Chosen ones carry something rare, an unseen radiance, a spiritual frequency that glows from the inside out. It's not charisma, it's not charm, it's divine alignment. Their presence brings peace in chaos, clarity in confusion, and comfort in broken places. People are drawn to them, often without knowing why. Their energy feels safe, healing, and real in a world full of masks. But not everyone comes with pure intentions. While some approach chosen ones for refuge or truth, others come with empty cups and selfish hands, looking not to connect, but to consume. They may flatter, they may mimic, they may even pretend to care, but deep down, their goal is to tap into the chosen one's light and drain it for personal gain, emotionally, spiritually, sometimes even financially. What they don't realize is this: the energy of a chosen one is not unguarded, it is divinely protected. As Isaiah 40:31 reminds us, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles." This strength comes from above, not from the world. It is not something that can be stolen without cost. When someone tries to manipulate, drain, or deceive a chosen one, they often walk away confused, weary, and spiritually exhausted. Their own light begins to flicker. Their thoughts grow cloudy. Their emotions become unstable. It's as if their soul has been unplugged from truth, and in a way, It has. Why? Because spiritual energy is not neutral. It either aligns or rejects. It heals or disrupts. And when someone vibrating in low intention tries to pull from a source of pure light, they create a backlash in their own field. It's like trying to draw power from a current that wasn't meant for you. It doesn't empower, it short circuits. Psalm 1-4 speaks of this imbalance. The wicked are like chaff that the wind blows away. In the presence of the righteous, those rooted in divine purpose, unstable spirits cannot stand. They crumble under the weight of what they tried to steal. This is why energy thieves eventually burn out, not because the chosen fight them, but because spiritual laws fight for them. The light they try to misuse becomes the very thing that exposes and drains them. So, let it be known when you try to pull from a chosen one for selfish reasons, you're not just crossing a boundary, you're stepping into sacred ground, and sacred ground does not welcome thieves. 4. They will awaken negative karma. Karma is not some abstract theory or mystical word tossed around lightly. It's a sacred law, woven into the very fabric of the universe. What you give, you receive. What you send out, returns with interest. Every thought, every word, every action carries energy, and energy does not vanish. It circles back. It completes the loop. When someone chooses to interfere with the peace, the calling, or the heart of a chosen one, they aren't just making a personal attack, they're interrupting a divine flow. Chosen ones walk with purpose, often unknowingly carrying out sacred assignments. They are here not just for themselves, but for healing, guidance, and elevation of others. When someone tries to sabotage that through lies, manipulation, gossip, jealousy, or cruelty, they're not simply hurting a person, they're touching the hem of something holy, and heaven keeps the receipts. As Ecclesiastes 11:1 reminds us, "Cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days." This principle doesn't apply only to good, it also applies to harm. What is cast out into the world, whether love or destruction, returns, sometimes slowly, sometimes all at once. And the karmic return for targeting a chosen one often strikes in the places where it hurts the most. Projects that once flourished begin to fall apart. Relationships become unstable. Doors that once opened easily now remain shut. Peace gives way to anxiety. Health falters. Opportunities dry up. It's not a curse, it's correction. Because when someone moves against a chosen one, they're moving against the assignment that soul was sent to fulfill. And the universe, or God, however one understands it, does not take that lightly. Proverbs 6:16-19 speaks of things the Lord detests, and among them is a heart that devises wicked schemes. These schemes may be hidden from man, but they are never hidden from the divine. Karma is not revenge, it's balance, it's justice, it's love refusing to allow harm to go unchecked. And so, those who bring harm to the pure in heart will one day look around and wonder, where did all this chaos come from? The answer will be quiet but undeniable. You planted this. Now it returns. Interfering with a chosen one may seem easy, but the fallout isn't. Because divine energy doesn't just protect, it corrects. 5. They will be haunted by guilt and regret. At first glance, it may seem like those who harm a chosen one walk away unscathed. They may even appear to succeed, gaining influence, wealth, or applause. But behind that surface victory lies a silent storm. Because no matter how polished the outside looks, the soul knows the truth. And the soul never forgets when it violates something sacred. You can deceive the world. You can justify your actions in your mind. But the heart always tells the truth. Guilt doesn't always come with thunder. It often begins as a whisper, a quiet ache, a restless night, a strange heaviness that lingers even in moments of success. But over time, that whisper becomes a constant echo. The person who caused harm begins to feel out of alignment with themselves. The joy they once chased feels empty. The goals they once dreamed of reaching now taste bitter. Why? Because chosen ones don't just carry light, they are light. And to betray them, slander them, or harm them is to strike against divine alignment itself. Psalm 34-16 speaks clearly. The face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to blot out their name from the earth. It's not about punishment. It's about the soul recognizing what it's done and not being able to escape from that truth. The scar left by harming someone who walks in purpose doesn't fade easily. It shows up in subtle ways: a lack of peace, chronic dissatisfaction, broken connections, emotional unrest. Even when surrounded by people, the offender may feel isolated. Even with success, they feel unfulfilled. That's the cost of betraying a sacred bond. And as time passes and the person becomes more spiritually aware or more broken by life, they begin to understand the weight of what they did. Regret creeps in, not as punishment, but as a teacher, a reminder, a mirror held up to the soul. Romans 2:15 reminds us that the requirements of the law are written on their hearts, their consciences also bearing witness. That inner witness never stops speaking. And when it comes to harming a chosen one, it speaks louder and louder until the guilt becomes unbearable. Because in the end, the betrayal wasn't just against a person, it was against truth, against divine purpose, against the light. And that kind of betrayal leaves a mark the soul cannot wash away. 6. They will miss their blessings. There is a sacred irony in what happens when someone mistreats a chosen one. What they thought was ordinary was never ordinary at all. What they dismissed, disrespected, or betrayed was actually a divine appointment, an answer to a prayer they may not have even known they were praying. Chosen ones don't just walk into people's lives. They are sent strategically placed by God at specific moments, often during someone's darkest hour. Sometimes they come offering love when the world has only given pain. Sometimes they show up with wisdom, healing, or encouragement just when someone is about to give up. These souls don't just carry comfort, they carry favor. They bring spiritual keys that can unlock dormant doors in someone's life. But when that gift is rejected, abused, or taken for granted, the loss runs deeper than most ever realize. The chosen one quietly exits, not with anger, but with grace. And as they leave, so does the divine covering they carried. What follows isn't always immediate, but it's undeniable. The flow of life begins to shift. Where there was once momentum, there is now resistance. Where there was clarity, confusion seeps in. Peace becomes fragmented. Blessings that once came easily now feel just out of reach. Proverbs 3:35 says, "The wise inherit honor, but fools get only shame." When you mistreat someone sent by God, you're not just breaking a relationship, you're shutting the door on heaven's provision. The truth is, the connection was never just emotional, it was spiritual. It carried an energy of divine alignment, an unseen river of abundance, grace, protection, and breakthrough. And when someone chooses betrayal over honor, pride over humility, ego over gratitude, they cut themselves off from the very blessings they were meant to receive through that relationship. They may go on to meet new people, pursue new dreams, and even find temporary success. But deep down, a void lingers, a silent ache, a sense that something rare was lost, and no matter what they chase, it can't be replicated. Until that person humbles themselves, recognizes what they mishandled, and seeks redemption, they remain on the outside of grace, longing for something they may not fully understand, but once held in their hands. As Revelation 3-8 reminds us, what he opens, no one can shut, and what he shuts, no one can open. Honor the divine when it shows up, because not every door opens twice. 7. Their life will become spiritually blocked. When someone interferes with the divine path of a chosen one, they do more than cause emotional pain, they create a spiritual debt. And unlike earthly debts, this one cannot be paid with apologies or time alone. It clings to the soul, echoing through every area of life. It's not just about feeling guilty, it's about stepping into a space where divine favor is no longer accessible and everything begins to feel stuck, Suddenly, momentum disappears, progress stalls. Relationships that once brought joy feel strained. Career doors that seemed wide open now refuse to budge. Even spiritual practices, meditation, prayer, worship, begin to feel empty, as though heaven has gone silent. That silence is not abandonment. It's divine interruption. Psalm 66-18 says, "If I had cherished sin in my heart, the Lord would not have listened." When someone harms a soul marked by divine assignment, they disrupt more than a relationship, they disrupt spiritual alignment. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, initiates what can only be described as a spiritual lockdown, not out of vengeance but out of protection. Not just for the chosen one, but for the offender's soul as well. Invisible walls go up. The light that once felt warm now feels distant. The inner voice that once guided becomes clouded. Every step feels heavy, every effort fruitless. It's as if life itself has been paused, not in cruelty, but in mercy, a forced stillness meant to create reflection. This is divine consequence, not punishment, but recalibration. The truth is, chosen ones are not ordinary people. They carry missions, spiritual callings, and unseen protection. When someone tries to derail that path, whether through manipulation, betrayal, or resistance, they are stepping into sacred territory with unclean hands, and the cost is real. Until that person comes to terms with their actions, until they seek forgiveness, not just from the chosen one, but from the divine order they disrupted, they will continue to walk in circles, confused, disconnected, lost in a fog of their own making. The universe is patient, but it is precise, and it does not forget when someone tries to block what heaven has ordained. Only humility, repentance, and genuine transformation can break the cycle and reopen the path to spiritual flow. 8. They will lose their influence. When someone tries to control, silence, or suppress a chosen one, they aren't just playing a dangerous game, they're setting the stage for their own downfall. The irony is both divine and poetic. In attempting to dim the light of someone ordained to shine, they end up extinguishing their own. Chosen ones carry a spiritual authority that isn't man-made, it's God-given. Their influence doesn't come from followers, applause, or external validation. It flows from their alignment with truth, purpose, and divine calling. And when someone opposes that light through jealousy, manipulation, or control, they unknowingly disconnect themselves from the very source of their own relevance. The fallout is inevitable. What once looked like strength begins to crumble. Their influence weakens, support vanishes. Their voice, once loud, becomes hollow. As Psalm 37-35-36 reminds us, "I have seen a wicked and ruthless man flourishing like a luxuriant native tree, but he soon passed away and was no more." Influence that's built on ego and control never lasts, and when used to fight against divine purpose, it dissolves even faster. Trying to stop a chosen one is like trying to block sunlight with your bare hand, futile and foolish. The brighter the chosen one becomes, the more obvious it is who truly carries light and who doesn't. And those who once stood tall in power but chose to attack the innocent, they slowly fade into the background, forgotten, irrelevant. Because light, real light, cannot be contained. It will always rise. And those who try to suppress it, they don't just lose the battle, they lose themselves. 9. They will be forced to learn the lesson. No act of harm toward a chosen one ever disappears into silence. Every thought, every word, every wound inflicted sets a spiritual chain in motion, and eventually, the one who caused it must face what they set in motion. The universe does not rush this lesson. Sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes years, but when it arrives with precision. Life begins to humble them in ways they cannot ignore. The ego that once felt untouchable cracks, the illusions of power dissolve. They begin to feel the weight of what they tried to destroy, not through punishment, but through reflection. As Numbers 32-23 declares, "Be sure your sin will find you out, not to shame, but to awaken. In time, Many look back and see with painful clarity. The person they tried to sabotage was not a threat. They were a blessing, a mirror, a trigger for growth, someone sent to elevate them, not harm them. The injury they caused circles back as instruction. The harm they projected returns as insight. The very pain they created becomes the soil of their transformation. This is how divine justice teaches. It converts wrongdoing into wisdom. As Romans 12:19 reminds, "Vengeance is mine, I will repay," says the Lord. Repayment is not always destruction. Sometimes repayment is revelation. Sometimes the greatest consequence is understanding too late who the chosen one really was. The universe always balances itself. No seed planted in darkness goes unaccounted for. Matthew 7:2 affirms, "With the measure you use, it will be measured to you." And when that measurement comes, it reshapes the offender's life from the inside out. Not out of cruelty, but out of necessity. Because every soul that crosses a chosen one is either lifted by that encounter or educated by it. One way or another, the lesson comes. If you are a chosen one, hear this truth. You don't need to seek revenge. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone. You were never meant to fight battles in the flesh. Your presence, your purpose, and your purity are your greatest weapons. All you need to do is keep walking firmly, faithfully, and fearlessly in your truth. When others try to harm you, betray you, or make you feel small, remember, God saw it all, and He is not blind to injustice. As Exodus 14:14 declares, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." That stillness is not weakness, it's spiritual power, because when your soul is aligned with divine will, no attack against you will stand, no betrayal will break you, no lie will outlive the truth that surrounds you. The people who tried to dim your light will one day witness just how fiercely it shines. They may not understand you now. They may have walked away or tried to silence your spirit. But in time, they will come to realize exactly who you were, not just a person, but a divine instrument of healing, light, and truth. You don't need to chase justice. Justice walks with you. Divine protection goes before you and behind you. As Deuteronomy 31:6 reminds us, "Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." So if this message stirred something inside you, if you felt understood, empowered, or simply reminded of who you are, drop an amen in the comments below. Let it be your agreement, your declaration that you receive this word in your spirit. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are chosen, and you are never alone. Thank you for being here. Your light matters. Your journey is sacred, and the best is still ahead.